First of all, Josh, let's tell everybody how they can contact the show. We have right there is the number, and I have that so you can see we have that with us here. So you can contact me. You can send text messages. Right there it is on the screen. You can email me and also follow us on all the social media. So, okay, Josh, it's going to be interesting. You and I are, I'm not going to say 1,000 miles apart. Let's just say 500 miles in two locations. Josh is running the show in the studio, so I'm excited to try this. Reparations, segregationist. Now, why now? Do you think it's a coincidence that the Jim Clyburn, South Carolina fish fry, and let's go to number 7, Josh. Give me number 7. Okay. Now, they will be down there. 2020 Spotlight will shift to South Carolina this weekend. Now, Jim Clyburn has a fish fry every year down there in South Carolina. Jim Clyburn happens to be black. Let's just go with that this morning. Let's go with number 8, who all will be attending the fish fry. There they are. Those are the Democrats that'll be attending the fish fry. Now, what are they doing right now? They are practicing their Southern accent. Remember when Hillary, can you see Mayor de Blasio down there at the fish fry? And what is this again? A fish fry? So what are these? Hush puppies? So a baby. You want some hush puppies? So there you go. Gillibrand. I'm looking for Gillibrand. I will do anything for a campaign contribution. Castro there. It's going to be neat. Him trying out his Southern accent. Elizabeth Warren. Now, there's the boy. I say a boy. Boy. I say boy. Senator Cory Booker. Now, what if he gets down in South Carolina and somebody says, boy, I say boy. Bernie Sanders with his Southern accent. And the reason we're talking about this, Democrats want you to forget who they are. They want you to forget their history. They want to wipe it clean. And they need the African American voters, also known as black voters, to vote for them. They're in big trouble, folks. Very big trouble. If you think Joe Biden went to a New York fundraiser and his circle around him did not tell him what he was saying was going to blow up on the news, you're wrong. None of this is coincidence. None of this is spontaneous to where the media is out going after Joe Biden. And we're going to go into that this morning concerning segregation. Yes, there's a pool behind me. And yes, at 10:05, I'm going to probably jump in that pool, swim around like a little fishy with my flippers, okay? So anyhow, if you think that's a coincidence, absolutely not. It's not a coincidence that Joe Biden did that. It's not a coincidence that yesterday they were on the Hill and Cory Booker, and they were talking about reparations. Reparations. Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence that the fish fry, Jim Clyburn's fish fry, is this weekend. Not a coincidence, and let me see if I can find that picture, Josh, quickly. Okay. And I thought I had it there. Yeah, there he is, right? There he is. Let's go to number 11. No coincidence here. We're going to get in depth because I'm going to tell you something. The other night in Orlando, down here in Florida, say hello to my little friend. I may be having too much fun this morning. But that being said, everybody showed up, the 25,000. Red and yellow, black and white, they were precious in Trump's sight, baby, because they were all out there, 25,000. Blacks, Latinos, Asians, those pesky white people, they were all there. They got along. There's no news yesterday. I'll get into that in a minute. There's no news of fights breaking out at the Trump rally. There's no news of a white guy punching a black guy or a black guy punching, Hector. No news of that whatsoever. They can't take it. You understand? There's no pictures, right? Now let me say this: you may find them out there, but every time the damn Democrats get together, what do? They trash the place. It's like a motel. They're like rock stars at a motel. They trash the place. Anytime 50 or more Democrats get together, they throw their SH asterisk asterisk on the ground, right? All of it. There's pictures of every time they have one of their rallies, okay? One of their organized rallies that they have. There's pictures of trash everywhere with these, would I say animals? I shouldn't say that. But if you were to call them animals, trash everywhere. They're banners laying on the ground. Where is the trash pictures? Look up on the internet. If they're trash pictures, send them to me. But the people that are camped out. Now, what you will probably find is overflow garbage cans, because as silly as this sounds, we put our SH asterisk asterisk in the garbage can. We do. When we go to rallies, we look for the garbage can when we come out. We look for the appropriate place to put our trash. And I know what you're saying. You're really taking up time with that? Yeah, absolutely. They have no news of anybody in 25,000 inside, 20 to 25,000. 20,000 outside, maybe. We'll just go with that. No news, no pictures. Do you think MSNBC, CNN, do you think when they broke away from, CNN sucks, remember? CNN sucks, and CNN said, they broke away like the brave journalists they are, the brave news network they are. When they said journalists suck, remember that, right? They broke away. Do you not think CNN and MSNBC, ABC, Orlando stations would have pictures everywhere? Trump brings 50,000 to town and leaves it looking like this. I know you might not think that's serious this morning, but it is. They're nervous. Democrats are shot out. And I'll tell you why. Because blacks in Detroit, Philadelphia, you name it, may vote for Trump. What if? Wow. How do you win back Michigan? How do you win back PA? Well, you've got to keep them on the plantation. You cannot let them off the Democrat plantation. Right? This is their Obama phone. Remember Obama phone? Right? I want my Obama phone. I want my Obama. Remember that? So if you think segregation, right? If you think reparations, if you think a good old South Carolina fish fry, I wish I could go there. I want to hear them accents. Lord, I was glad I got invited to the fish fry. Where's them hush puppies, boy? I would go up there to South Carolina this weekend and I'd be boy everywhere. Boy, these hush puppies are good. Boy, this fish fry is something else. Boy, the seasoning on this fish fry only in South Carolina. That's what I would do. But no, Jim Clyburn there on the screen, he is saying, I worked with Strom Thurmond all my life. See, he's from South Carolina. Would this happen to be his fish fry? No coincidence, folks, none whatsoever. Black lawmakers get Biden's back amid segregationist uproar, absolute uproar. They want to erase the Democrat history of who they are. They always want to erase our history. I'm serious. If I worked with Strom Thurmond all my life, House Majority Whip James Clyburn, Democrat from South Carolina, happened to be putting on a big fish fry this weekend, the highest ranking African American in Congress, can't go no higher than old James, said of the infamous segregation senator, you don't have to agree with people to work with them, boy. So Biden said he never called me boy, okay? Messed them all up. So let's go to number one. Okay. Let's just talk about, let's get to the point here. So let's go to number one, and that would be, this is who the uproar is, James Eastland. Okay. James Eastland. Here's what no one's talking about. Okay. And that's old boy in black and white, right? And he was president pro tem of the United States Senate. He was in the Senate from July 1972 to December 1978. All right. Now, he was chair of the House State Senate Committee on Judiciary from 1957 to 1988. He succeeded Ted Kennedy, okay, in that position. All right. He's a U.S. Senator, all right, from Mississippi. Let's see. Is he a Democrat? Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Served the United States. Is he a Democrat? A Dixiecrat, okay, may have been a Dixiecrat. They don't want you to know about their history. Now, here's what they don't want you to talk about. This guy was in the Senate in 1978. So was Joe Biden. This Mississippi senator in 1978. Joe was there. Joe was right there. Now let's go to number two. All right. This is old Herman Talmadge. That's him. Herman Talmadge. All right. United States Senator from Georgia. Southern boy. That there right there was a Southern boy. That boy was from Georgia. Okay. That's a Georgia boy right there. That boy, a Georgia peach right there. Okay. So he served July 3rd, 1957 to 1981. Was he a Democrat? I don't know. Maybe. Right. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that Joe has been there that long. Joe has been there. This guy served in 1981. Folks, it's 2019. These are the two people that they're talking about that Joe Biden in 1981 said he served with this guy here. They don't want to talk about it. Who else they leaving out of the mix? Well, let's see. Let's see number three. Well, that would be Joe. That would be creepy, crusty, 76-year-old white guy, Joe. And that's Strom Thurmond from South Carolina. The Dixiecrat, ran as a Dixiecrat. Remember, Trent Lott got sent downhill because he said, country might have been a lot better place if Strom Thurmond would have become president. Whoa, they went crazy on old Trent Lott down there in Mississippi. But there's Joe with that old boy. I wonder if he said, Joe, you're not a bad boy. I wonder if they ever said, Joe, you from Delaware. And I understand you just north of the Mason-Dixon, but you're not a half bad boy. Well, they never called me boy. They said, son, get over here. That is Strom Thurmond. They don't want you to know that Joe they got problems, folks. Big problems. Because they know they're trying to figure out a candidate that the black vote will go cast their ballot for. They can't find that candidate. Let's go on there, Joe. They left Strom Thurmond out. But let's go on with one of my favorite Democrats. Why, he never did deny, just like Ralph Northam from Virginia, okay, the stars and bars of Ralph Northam, governor of Virginia, the kill 'em baby once they're born governor, okay? He denied wearing blackface. He denied having a picture there with the Grand Wizard of the KKK, all right, on his medical yearbook page. All denied. But now this guy never denied it. And there's Joe. He's hand in hand, number 4, with Robert Byrd, right there. Senator Robert Byrd, former KKK. Now, Robert Byrd from West by God, Virginia. And Robert Byrd always had his Constitution on the floor of the Senate. He'd pull it out and he'd say, my Constitution, Robert Byrd would. And then he'd go on, hee-haw. Hee-haw. Robert Byrd, both West Virginia, 592. Salut. Robert Byrd, yeah, he'd go on there, right? Hee-haw, played his fiddle on the floor of the Senate. But guess what? Segregationist, racist, okay, Democrat, big time, KKK. They don't know what to do, folks. They're in a mess. They may have a big problem in the black community, and they don't know. I'm going to show you this one, and it's not exactly what. Let's see here. Go to number 6. Democrats' nightmare scenario. Right there. They're in a mess. I've said it over and over again. In a big mess. We're going to get deeper into this. I might have to drive up to South Carolina to the fish fry. Now, we always like to have fun. Let's go back to number 8, the fish fry. Okay. There you go. And we're going to be erasing history. You know we will. Okay. Because Cory Booker said, boy, you know what that meant. If you was a black guy, you knew what it meant when you said, boy. Wow. So we're going to play a little cartoon. Chill out. We'll play this little cartoon. We're going to go to break. And when we come back, something I told you months ago to watch for has come up this morning and made its way to the front. And I told you about it months ago. So here you go, a little tribute to Cory Booker and all them boys that'll be down there in South Carolina. All right, then we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. I don't know. Take us to the cartoon and then the break, Josh.
Pay attention, Sonny.
Pay attention. Hey, boy, pay attention to me when I'm talking to you.
This boy doesn't pay attention. Nice boy, but he doesn't listen to a word you say.
Say, boy, you cover about as much as a flapper's skirt in a high wind. Pay attention, boy. But look at me when I'm talking to you, son. Look, sister, is any of this filtering through that little blue bonnet of yours? Pay attention, son. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Pay attention to me, boy. I'm not just talking to hear my head roar.
Shut up!
Pay attention, son. Pay attention, son. This is for your own good. That woman's as cold as a nudist on an iceberg.
Pay attention, boys.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. Hey, any of this getting through that little old blue bonnet of yours? Look at me when I'm talking, son. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, boy. Nice boy, but doesn't listen to a word you say.